Happy to welcome you here to look at 807 Franklin, 1880 Victorian, which obviously survived the 1906 earthquake and fire. Basically was halted about a block away from here. So this is not what you would describe as a mansion, as was typical on Nob Hill, for example.
Great. I'm Ian Berke. I was the listing agent on this house. I think the house is really a very significant house architecturally. It's an Italianate style, which was really the last of the Victorian styles that was intended to imitate stone. But if you look at the window surrounds, you see there's a carved quality to it. They aren't just flat. They aren't two-dimensional, it's three-dimensional ornament.
And we found a mover that can actually move the entire building in one piece, which is huge for us. We don't have to worry about cutting it and reassembling it. So that's going to be exciting. That'll probably be in the fall.
And I'm here to talk about two things today. One is the architect of this house, Wildrick Winterhalter. And I'll also talk a little bit about the Italianate style, how this house compares or relates to other Italianates.
We're in what was obviously the dining room. And again, you have to remember their design goals in an architect design house like this is that they're not looking for simplicity, they're looking for ornament. These glass panel doors really are a wonderful survivor. What you're looking at is wheel cut glass over a rotating stone wheel to cut the patterns in this etched glass.
When the house was built, it was lit by gas, and you can still see on these wall sconces, this would have had a gas lit fixture above, or the same thing in the entry with the staircase, with which would have been the first thing you see when you come into the house.
This marvelous door is really a very rare survivor. There was only one glass manufacturing company in America then doing this in Huntington, West Virginia. Had 2 layers of glass, each with a slightly different coefficient of expansion.
We are the architect of record involved with the plan to move this building over to Fulton Street and adaptively reuse it as a multifamily building. It exists currently at Fulton Street. There's a mortuary. So in order to fit the Victorian that we're in right now at 807 Franklin at the new site, we have to first move this building over 14 feet to the property line. Then we can move this building over 7 blocks to the new site. I found a property that was close enough to be accepted by the planning department. It's just only a couple blocks down the street from like the Alamo Square neighborhood. So there's a lot of similar style buildings in the area. So the historic preservation part of this project is really about preserving the character-defining features on the outside. On the inside, it will be adaptively reused as multifamily. We'll keep some of these walls and keep the general feel of the tall ceilings. End up with 7 units in this building and 10 units in what was the old mortuary building. On this site, 807 Franklin, we are building a 48-unit, 9-story tall building that fits in more with the context, the current context, and adds a lot of valuable housing to the city.